So that's
story I've
hilarious
gotten.
because you're actually explaining that's the way a lot of people have been taught to give feedback is indeed start with something nice. We call it the sandwich technique. And then
I know. I'm
when it
very
comes to
familiar.
filling, and when we're done, we give a nice little "but you're okay" kind of thing.
Can you imagine that? Congratulations, you've been promoted, and tomorrow's your last day on the
And,
job. Thank you.
tomorrow you're fired. But so I actually understand your reaction because this is how a lot of people have been trained to give feedback. Is this idea of first say something positive, then hit them with a message, and then come with something nice again. So all in all, it's been a nice little sandwich.
Yeah. Yep.
It just doesn't work. It just doesn't work because the compliment you get up front, you already know this isn't really a compliment. This is just a line to introduce the blow.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you don't take the
Eh,
compliment seriously.
yeah.
In fact, you're
And
thinking, what's about to hit me now? Bring it on.
yeah. And the interesting thing there is that that's why the how is so important. How you deliver it. You can't, like, if you're the one delivering the feedback, you cannot control the other person's emotions,
Of course.
but you have a choice to deliver it based on a perceived attack on the individual or on a
Sure.
specific objective thing that was done, like an action,
Sure. Sure.
which is very different, right? It's like, hey, Marcus,
It's
the
very
way
different.
this was said versus
Yes.
like, Marcus, you said this.
Yeah. Then I'm straight in the defensive. Yes, but they
Yeah.
said that first.
Yeah. It's like, oh no, the way that this was said was this, and what was heard was that. You're kind of
Well,
objectifying.
yeah, I'm a big fan of what we call feed forward.
Hmm.
So feed forward basically says, let's forget about all the SH1T that goes up front. Let's get straight to the point.
Hmm. Yep.
Let's say, hey, David, that meeting we had yesterday with that client ABC, you know what I'd rather have you did in such a situation? Do that and that and that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not saying, hey, you did something wrong. I'm not saying slap, slap, slap. I'm not sugarcoating it, anything. I'm just saying, hey, this is what I'd prefer to see.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Full stop.
like, it feels good. Honestly, I was giving feedback like that just a month ago about a workshop I ran, and I actually called up someone who I knew who was on it, and they're very straightforward. I appreciate the straightforwardness. Like, hey, the way you started out with this, how you told that story. What I didn't feel from it was this, right? And what I would like to see more of is this.
Is
But it was
this?
about the story that I told versus like, David, this is what you did. It's like, no, no, no. The story that was told. That's how it was worded, and it felt very different.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there are so many better ways of delivering the feedback, if you ask me, than the standard way that we've been taught.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I believe one of the ways, and I try and teach leaders this way, is to give feedback by asking questions. Hey, David, I see that meeting we had with the client X last week. Just walk me through it. How did you do that and that and that? I'm not telling you did something wrong. I'm asking you walk me through it because I'm trying to understand what was your thinking going through that.
Mhm.
That gives a totally different feel than saying, hey, David, the way you approach that client, really, we can't do that.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's also context too. You'll get the
Exactly.
context into the behavior that you observed. So I guess bringing this back up to something, flipping this now. So, there is, we can't deny there is fear, anxiety, driving motivators or motivation techniques that are happening. I guess when you think about how people need to, if they're willing to change
Mhm.
that behavior, what would you suggest to begin that change?
Well, let's face it, which changes are the easiest to implement are the changes where people make that decision for themselves.
Hmm.
In other words, it's not driven by any rationale whatsoever. It's just driven by somebody thinks, hey, this is a good idea. I'd like to change. These are the changes that work the best.